Hello everyone, we have a special guest today and she is here with us. Her name is Anita Easter and she's the original owner of this 1978 Fiat Spider. It's an all original car with 28,000 miles, and Anita's come to visit us with her granddaughter Taylor, who's here with us today, and you know, she wanted to take a look at the car, so she was in town, and I'm so excited to have her here. She was the original owner. Her and her husband Curtis Easter bought this car in the very beginning in 1978, and I think you bought it from Oliver Motors, right? Oliver Motors, there in Columbia. And so, you know, it was a great experience to own this car now, and as part of their legacy, they owned several collector cars. But, well, Anita, I'm just so thrilled that you could come up here, and it only has 27,500 miles when, you know, I ended up getting it back in 2019, so that's only 640 miles a year. So you haven't really driven it a whole lot. But what's funny about this car is it's all original, and it's everything from the paint to the wheels, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about how you got the car. And my understanding is you had graduated from USC at that time, and did Curtis buy this for you as a gift, or how did that work?
Well, I was already a registered nurse, and I went back to school in 1973 with a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Oh, wow.
And so when I graduated in 1978, it was a big deal for all of us.
Right.
And so he said, I'd like to buy you a car. And we went out and looked at cars. And I said, you know, I really think if we get a convertible, we should get air conditioning. He said, oh, you don't want air conditioning on a convertible?
Not in Columbia, South Carolina. Now, who needs air conditioning in Columbia, you know?
Anyway, we bought the car without air conditioning. And so that's one reason it never had as many miles. Because we never bought another convertible without air conditioning.
I got you. So you would drive it though, were you driving it to work or driving it to school or driving it to, you know?
I was just driving it. This was my car.
Yeah.
I just drove it for everything.
Wow.
Loaded it up with groceries. I
Yeah.
loaded it up with children.
Right.
And carpool.
Right.
All over.
So it was pretty reliable and everything else.
Oh yes, it was always very reliable.
So now
It
Curtis.
was huge.
Right.
Everybody loved it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's still true today. So now he bought those special wheels, and I guess he got that from the dealer, because if I remember right, the original bill of sale shows these wheels made by Zenith Wire Wheel Company in California, is where they came from. And what was really interesting to me was when I first looked at the car, I wasn't a huge fan of the wheels, but they were the real thing, and every person that's seen this car was just amazed at how good a condition they're in and the fact that they're the real deal. Because back in those days, in the late 70s, early 80s, Fiat did have a wire wheel cover, but they didn't have the real thing, you know. So, but you know, it's really great to have those period wheels on, because everybody who's seen this car says, I've never seen wheels like that, not with the little wings on them. And I said, well, you got to use a lead hammer. And I remember Curtis, when he, you know, was looking at the car, he says, he hands me this real heavy lead hammer, and he goes, you're going to need this. I said, what am I going to need this for? He says, you can't take the wheels off unless you have this lead hammer. So it was really, really amazing to have him give me that and just say, you know, this is something you're going to need. But I had all the original papers and everything about it. So did you basically shop, but did you pick it out or did he pick it out?
Oh no, I picked it out.
You picked it out, okay. And then at the time he was driving the red 71.
No.
Or no?
No, we had it.
Okay.
We weren't driving it that much.
Okay.
We had a station wagon
Okay.
that we were driving.
Right.
I don't remember what we were driving. We always had so many cars.
Right.
Because that was the way he always made extra money.
Right.
He would buy a car, refurbish it, and then sell it, and go
Right.
on vacation.
Right, wow. Now you guys were married for 56 years?
That's right.
Oh my gosh. So let's see. So that, I'm trying to do the math here when you got married. married, because this car is now 43 years old. And
We got married in 1964
64.
while we were both in school. We were seniors in school.
I see. Because I know he started traveling with the company to go overseas and would go.
No, that was
much later.
another company.
Okay.
That was much later.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I see. Well, otherwise, so then you stopped using it probably around 2010, you think, 2011?
Oh, no, I didn't use that.
No?
No, I got my dream car in 1987.
87.
So, yes.
Okay, wow.
So,
And what was that?
It was an 88 550 Mercedes. Convertible.
I got you. Wow.
And I've driven Mercedes ever since.
So one of the things that we were just talking about is sharing a story about the stuff that I found in the car. And one of them was a football ticket for the USC Gamecock game against Mississippi, in which Gamecocks didn't win that game, but it was 1981. So I found the ticket stub in the trunk, and I also found her glasses case. I found her lipstick case and the nail polish, right? Is it still in the car, or where is that?
No,
You got it with you?
It's right there.
Okay, yeah, here it is. So anyway, saved all that, and I also had Curtis had a 10 millimeter wrench. Of course, we all lose those, and so that I still have. It's sitting in there, but there's the ticket stub. Well, can you think of any really good memories you had with this car and kind of what you guys did?
Well, the main memories that I have were with my children in it.
Yeah.
Because it's very small, as you
Right.
can tell.
Right.
But at that time, I had people who were going to dance club, to dance lessons. They were going to
Right.
baseball games.
Right.
And I was always picking somebody up.
Right.
And all the kids thought it was fun to ride. I'm surprised.
And so, Curtis had put seat belts in it so that it would work for the kids and everything like that. So
We didn't have any roll bar. We didn't
oh
have
no,
anything.
nothing like that. And of course, it's got an 8-track tape player in it, which is still in the car. And all we did was put new speakers in it. They're basically the same place that they were in. So the car is exactly the way it was, and that's, if you ask me, that's the way it's going to stay. It's always going to be her car. It's always going to be something that represents the good times that they had. So it's a great history and honors the legacy of you and Curtis. And we're so sad to lose Curtis back in November of 2020. So, but so we press on, and I'm sure he's watching us all from heaven these days. And so, but it was wonderful to get to meet him. And Taylor, if you want to come by and just get in the camera for a second, and that way you're in there too, But
She's going to inherit the old Misty.
yeah, she's going to.
Since they won.
Yeah, that's right.
That's so crazy that that's what was in there.
So that's a keepsake that you can always have. So, but anyway, well, I hope everybody that watches this video enjoyed it, and it just goes to show you that a car is not always just a car. It's always fun. It's always something that is part of people's lives, and we've really enjoyed having the car. And since I've got it in 2019, everything's been refurbished, put it back on the road. It runs great. It goes down the road straight, and it really is a joy. As many people know, I had a 74, same color, same interior, and so now I can relive my childhood for a little while until it goes to the next owner. But anyway, it's going to be around here for a while, and everybody loves to see it. So I want to thank you, Anita, for coming today, and Taylor as well. So anyway, so that wraps up. Any last words you'd like to say about all this?
Well, I'm just so pleased, John, that you were excited about this
Oh,
car,
yeah.
because we were so excited about this car.
Yeah.
And we do have great memories.
Yeah, it really is. It really is
It's
free.
nice to have a car and then see someone else get it who's just
Right.
as happy
Right.
and wants to take good care of it.
Right, and I think that means a lot to anybody who collects a car. It doesn't have to be a Fiat. It could be a Triumph, and you had a TR3, and you had an Allard, you had all those other cars, and so, and the MG, TD, right? And so, you know, it's great, but it always represents history, and you know, it's wonderful to preserve these vehicles. And so I want to thank you again for coming out today to see the car. It'll be here anytime, and we'll start it up and let you drive it. So anytime you want, we'll do it. So thank you again. I'll turn the camera off, and we really appreciate you coming by.